Hello and welcome to the back nine of round 2, the very first ever Open at Austin, presented by Lone Star Disc. It's the third stop of the Disc Golf Elite Series Pro Tour thing, the whole deal.
It's been a windy weekend and we are tired. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us, though. We appreciate it. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the two hot geese.
Yeah, we are in the back nine now. There's still some more scoring opportunities before we move into the final few holes where it gets tough. The first few and the last few are where the most strokes are picked up. Ella's struggling just a little bit out there with the putting, but everything else is looking so solid. Paige and Kristin playing their games, putting the disc in the circle very regularly. Henna having a few problems with out of bounds, but overall playing some pretty decent disc golf.
And Katrina Allen out there with a 6 down through 13 right now. Also honk. We didn't do that, and it was hurting me inside.
Honk. Hole 10, 276, the shortest hole on the course, I believe, or one of them. But you have to carry this gully full of trees and things. There's not much out of bounds you have to deal with except for on the left-hand side. If you hyzer out too early, there is an out of bounds line along the tree line. Ella taking the forehand route over the middle. I love this.
Yeah, me too.
It brings that OB into play, but she throwing something so overstable, and look at this.
That was a C-line PD. I think that's definitely the smartest play. You can get there with a turnover backhand, but it brings that left side OB even more into play. You can get there with a hyzer on the right side, but it takes a lot of extra power. Like, this is it, people. Look at it.
That's the play. That's it. Mm-hmm. Buzzing the basket. Still checking up inside circle 1. Almost no wind on this hole.
Paige going to show us the hyzer route.
And height is important here to try to get it to wrap that corner. It goes way left. Still not quite enough left movement. She'll be in circle 2 for birdie.
That's a good shot. It's hard to get in the circle from over there.
Yeah, you have to rely on ground play, I think. But it's hard when you're putting it so high.
Yeah, I kind of like Henna's play here. If you cheat that tree a little bit, you can park it. That's a Star Destroyer. That's the best backhand I've seen, the hyzer. Best backhand hyzer. Seen some good backhand and hyzers, all right? Paige short left on her birdie bid. The rare air ball from Kristin.
Yeah, she looked a little off on the timing there. A lot of arm action. Ella with another inside the circle look for birdie.
Yep, we just saw her hit her first birdie of the round. She's been really close for birdie looks, and that one looked really confident.
She's back, folks.
She's back.
Henna looking very confident on the green.
Is she? She like kind of gritted her teeth afterwards. Henna's first birdie of the round there with that amazing backhand hyzer route.
And Kristin making good on her comeback for par as well. 25% of the field taking a birdie here.
And 50% of our card.
Kristin holds on to that 2-stroke lead right now over Paige Pierce. Ella Hansen just behind them, hanging on to third. Henna sliding down the leaderboard a bit, but there's still room for birdies. 11 is a good example of one right now.
Yeah, the gap we flew through isn't necessarily the typical gap. You often see a forehand through the left or a backhand turnover, or we saw some rollers on our card today. There's also a hyzer gap on the right that's slightly narrower than the anhyzer gap. There's also this bird that likes to fly really slowly as you try to make your putts. No OB really to speak of unless you like throw behind you, I guess. Love this play from Ella. Did she make it to circle 2? I think she's short.
It's hard to see. This plate is the second easiest hole of the day because there are not a lot of places that you can error here.
Yeah.
The green's pretty friendly. Every approach is going to be pretty close. There's no out of bounds to worry about.
And no real wind on the hole either.
Mm-hmm.
Henna with a huge shot, but it's going to be a pretty obstructed putt.
And in circle 2.
Kristin going forehand with her grand rive.
Looking for a little bit more ground play. She'll be in circle 2. Paige taking the hyzer route, a little bit lower line than I'm used to seeing.
But look at this skip.
God, look at
Whoa.
It continues to skip
Wild.
way left. A tough putt. She'll have to tango with those tree branches, but she gives it a super solid bid.
Ella from 60 something. Little low left.
Yesterday we saw only 9% of the field, 5 people birdieing this hole. Today, triple that birdied. Hole 11.
Kristin coming up a bit short. Kind of surprising that not one of these ladies landed in the circle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's again kind of nice to see because it's really hard.
Yeah.
And a lot of times these ladies make super difficult things look incredibly easy. So hey, look, it's not easy. Got some par cleanups here. Do.
A round of pars from our lead card. No movement so far in the beginning of the back 9. Things are just starting to get interesting as we pick up our first par 4 of the back 9, and I think this hole is awesome. Most people will try to throw a distance sidearm. I think that's the most perfect play you can do, and try to get just past all of these little trees with perfect little circles around them. This is a great landing zone right here. Gives you about 300 feet to the basket over an out of bounds green. There's out of bounds all the way down both the left and right side, but this is one of the more forgiving holes. There's room for your disc to finish, where a lot of these greens, no skips allowed. So you can be aggressive on this second shot, either forehand or backhand, as long as you get a good drive off the tee.
That landing zone was a little kind of more left than a lot of women are trying to land. I was hoping we'd see Ella throw roller. It might get a weird bounce. Yep. Oh. But it's still super good.
Yeah, it stays out of that little out of bounds well.
Yeah. There's some water in there probably. Henna going air shot. Drops a little bit short, and it's very dangerous to attack the green from there.
Yeah, there's some low-hanging tree branches as well that can get in the way of getting enough air under the disc to cross that green.
Kristin super low, worm burner, but gets a million skips. And it's fine. Again, as Madison said, super low ceiling. Pretty dangerous to attack, but doable, especially with the power sidearm.
Paige attacking the hyzer line. Love
Turns
that.
It over, though.
Yeah, I love that play because
Is that safe?
It does let you get the most out of it. Did she cross back in?
Yeah, it kicked it back in. She knows she got away with one there.
They're arguing about who got luck win. I love that. Oh, lucky. And she's like, you got lucky on the last hole.
And that's a perfect little layup.
Kristin looks like she does have room. I don't know. I can't tell. I think she's just laying up.
I think so too. Yeah. That looks like a harp.
This plate is the 5th most difficult hole of the day, averaging at almost a half stroke over par.
I think this one baits you into attacking more than most holes. Like on other holes, you're like, no, this one's not worth it. But this one, you're like, I can get there.
Yeah, there's room.
Yeah, there is a little bit more room on the green.
Ella throwing a sidearm down there, and that's the longest part of the green that you have to cross. If you bail out left with the backhand, it's easier to get across. That sidearm, you have to carry a lot more ground.
Paige clipping a couple branches. It looks like it has all the distance she needs, though.
Those branches might have been a good thing. I don't know.
No, I think they took some speed off. Kristin, a little bit to the right. It's not her typical absolutely perfect that we see. She'll have to make a good putt for her par.
Henna throwing her third into the green with her little kind of almost patent pending stance.
Nice.
Ringing it up.
More like a thunk.
Ella having to take it from the short side of the green, and she puts it just outside the bullseye to save bogey.
Yeah. Because math. Paige for a huge look at a birdie here.
Oof. Right off the rim.
Great effort.
Kristin with a long par save.
She would.
Yeah, that's how you stay in it.
God. I was all prepared to say first blemish on the scorecard. I was like, oh yeah, gonna whip that out.
Not today.
Nope. Not with Kristin around.
Nope. Instead, we get a slow mez. Yes.
So good.
There were only 3 birdies on the day. Colin Hanley, Katrina Allen, and Katie Tachi finding the golden 3.
Paige with a nice comebacker, as she tends to do.
Ella settling for bogey after that second shot out of bounds.
Keeping it to a single bogey out here is so important, though. Really easy to let the mistakes compound.
And Hitta getting the par as well after a nice layup.
Kristin hanging on to that 2-stroke lead most of the round here.
Ella dropping back just a spot to a tie for 4th.
Why disc golf?
It's the people.
It's fun.
It's the lucky shots. It's the feeling.
So come out.
Grab a disc.
Or 2, and let it fly with Lone Star Disc.
Hole 13 is a par 3, an uphill 310 that feels quite a bit farther. There is this out-of-bounds green on the right side here. But other than that, no real danger. Oh, actually, there's more. There's more on the right there. So if you're going to make a mistake, you want to bail out to the left. But you see a lot of women throwing kind of some understable disc, trying to get a little bit of turn and get the full flight up the hill. They're probably just going to throw putters or something dumb.
Nice little hyzer flip.
It's an FD, so still a fairway driver.
And she lands softly on the green. This is such a treacherous green. It's super steep, and you only have a couple feet before it drops away from the basket. Putting can be rough here. You do not want to be hitting the cage short.
Did Kristin throw forehand here yesterday?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's just such a boss play.
Yep, I love that. Yesterday we had a ripping headwind, so a little more room to work and make sure you get up that hill. Paige going for a huge hyzer, maybe even over out of bounds.
She hit that last tree. It looked perfect. I hope it sounds like she maybe dropped safe, has a putt.
Ella with a lot of power. She'll land on the hill as well. Looks like a slower speed disc.
No, it's a DD3.
Okay.
Get your eyes checked.
Oh, okay. Lay down.
Yeah, if you miss this one, you're pretty happy if it doesn't roll.
Cash.
Nice. Wow, Ella really finding her groove on the putting green. It's her 3rd birdie of the round.
And 3 in a row from circle 1.
And she's, back under par 2 for the tournament. It's awesome. Ooh, nice.
Paige answering. Oof. in a left side, but thankfully that's the side to miss on this hole, so it checks up nicely.
She looked a little nervy on that one.
Yeah, only 5 birdies on the day on this hole, and we got to see 2 of them on our lead card. Paige gains a stroke on Kristin, narrowing that lead to just 1.
Just look at Paige's and Kristin's cards. All the pars, couple birdies, doing what you got to do.
Leaving the bogeys for everyone else. Hole 14, 300 feet. A little key hole of out of bounds. Kind of a funky shape and angle in relation to the tee pad, especially with that left to right crosswind. There's out of bounds short right on the hill. Then there's a little flat spot where you want to land. And if you're anything past to the left of the basket, you are likely going to roll out of bounds as that line is just painted fresh at the bottom of the hill. I like a slower speed disc here that's overstable to fight that wind, give it a little bit of height. But you'll see some putters and mids as well, I think, from our lead card ladies. So they grab on the green, just like Paige shows us here.
Yeah, I like that play. Oh, forehand.
I love that play as well.
I haven't seen this yet. Ella flirting with that OB and, yeah, doesn't land safe. But at least she'll have a putt, though it's so risky.
Yeah, super death putt.
Henna going Thunderbird here. So stabling up, throwing it really wide, relying on the stability to bring it back.
She's really good at those spike hyzers.
Yeah.
Getting them to check up.
Yeah, putting that kind of height on it just really makes the disc kind of dig into the ground for sure.
Kristin opting for the sidearm as well. Just got to make sure you put enough on it. She doesn't seem happy with it.
No, it's early. Although, no. Yeah, that was really early.
Yep, grabs on the hill and she'll join Ella in out of bounds.
This
Crossing.
is just layup land, though.
Yeah,
and Paige is close. She could.
This could be a 2-stroker.
Could overtake Kristin at this point.
I think those are some smart plays here. This basket is so scary to run at from anything even close to circle's edge.
Yeah, you can see the out of bounds line is like right where the spotter and the camera guy is standing. Comes up fast. Yes.
Wow. Paige knows this is a big one, and she converts.
Gives it the fist bump. Takes the lead. I feel like she's been really patiently waiting all round. That was a big moment.
It's like dinking in pickleball. Just waiting. Time to speed it up.
Yep. Henna cleaning up her round 2, getting another birdie there.
36% of the field taking a birdie here. Only seeing 1 on our lead card.
And Kristin's first blemish of the round. Wow. All right.
And just like that, Ella with that bogey dropping back a hair as well.
Henna's starting to move up a little bit.
Yep.
Tie for 12.
Cleaning up, getting a couple birdies in the mix as well.
Hole 15. Very long par 5. Very long par 3. It's 425 feet. I wish it was a par 5. Yeah, these ladies can definitely reach it. You can see this huge out of bounds golf green here. If you're going to, lay up short, I think left side is better. The other out of bounds that comes into play quickly is behind the basket. I like left side, and then you can kind of throw a hyzer into it. I'm curious how much these ladies are really going to attack this hole yesterday. Struggling. Yesterday, the wind didn't allow people to attack. Today, maybe we'll see it.
Oh my goodness, Paige playing it close.
Dangerous layup.
I wonder what she was trying to do there. I wonder if it was low or she was trying to skip it across, or was she trying to lay up short?
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Huh. Same thing. These look like layups.
Or
are they?
Let's see how close we can get it to the green without being out of bounds.
Bounce it off your disc and skip right past the green.
Is this shuffleboard or disc golf?
Bocce ball. Ella getting the height on it. Some nice turn here.
She is going for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
No doubt about it. She gets so much distance. Down in circle 2 land. Man, Man, that makes the approach so much easier.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if this is a layup too.
Nope.
Maybe?
Well, I like the forehand play. Just to a bailout zone, get down in the flat.
And that was still a huge shot too.
Yeah, and you're not having to worry about going over the hill or any low-hanging branches.
Paige with just under 100 feet left, throwing that really pretty standstill shot.
Just over 15% of the field getting to circle 2 in regulation for birdie. That's impressive. But
Yeah,
no one getting
in circle
to
1 though.
one.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about, if anyone was going to be able to reach it. Kristin just laying up. This is definitely one of those tweener holes.
Oh, man.
Great bid from Henna.
God, that was inside.
It landed like vertically on the rim, it seemed like.
Yeah. Ella with a spinny approach, a little low. That's the way to miss there. That out of bounds can come up so fast.
Nice putt there from Henna.
Man, 81% of the field taking a par. So
Yeah, this hole played a lot easier than yesterday.
Yeah, that's the way to be on this.
Checking in here, Holland Hanley moving up. She's 4 down through 16. Katrina 7 down through 17.
Wow.
Vanessa Van Dyken's 4 down. And they're climbing the leaderboard, jumping over 10 spots, all of them.
Haley King, Emily Beach both moving up with their under pars as well. And even Allie Smith with an even par moving up a stick. We've got a couple 1-unders in the clubhouse. And that's a solid round, especially compared to yesterday.
Yeah.
Hole 16, 515 feet, but we're flying over all this out of bounds. You want to just kind of chuck something into the trees. A distant sidearm is such a strength to have on this hole. There's some room to work over there, but the second shot is the closest. It's a nice little close 300-foot shot. As long as you're not out of bounds on that first shot, this hole gets really easy. But that tee shot can be pretty daunting, throwing over that much out of bounds on such a funky little narrow area.
Paige, I think the safest play you can do.
Yeah. It's nice that she can get some
huge.
Yeah, she can get some huge distance, even going under those tree branches. They're very low. I mean, you only have about 15 feet to work with.
Yeah, that was like a Calvin Heimberg-ish line.
Yep.
Like super low, but super powerful.
And look at Henna just with the most touch distance control ever.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Flipping it up right under those, again, very low hanging branches on both sides of the tree.
That was a destroyer too.
Ella going big sidearm.
Yes.
This is the best play.
Absolutely. Take the OB out of it and put yourself in a good position to attack on the next shot.
Kristin going huge as well. That looks great.
Yeah, really nice shots here all around.
And they're probably more in the 250-foot range to the basket. Kristin's going to have to do a sidearm
Yeah,
here.
this looks awkward.
Stand still.
She's got power for days, though.
Relying on that flex angle to really carry some distance. Perfect.
Days of power.
Mm-hmm.
So crazy. Most people would probably try to run up a little bit to get the extra power.
Ella crushing on something stable as well. Getting up to circle 1-ish.
Mm-hmm.
45% of the field taking a birdie on this one.
Wow.
Yep.
That's awesome.
It's insane.
That is way more than I would have guessed. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if you can just stay safe on the tee shot, even the drop zone, which is only, I think the drop zone's only about 200 feet from the tee pad. It gives you a 320-foot shot across OB to the basket. So that's doable for almost everyone in the field.
Henna's in this circle. Paige just parks it. Beautiful shot.
Just this tee shot, man. It's a weird one.
Yeah, these ladies are getting far enough the second shot looks easy.
Yep.
Wow. Kristin making that putt look easy. And with Paige parked there, that's important.
Yeah. Nerves of steel.
Yeah.
To hit that putt.
I've heard she's never been nervous. It's not true at all. And a great birdie putt from Henna, too. Ella yanks hers to the right.
Bit of distance on the comeback. And fortunately, struggling just a little bit on the putting green. She had a strong segment in the middle.
Rough.
Yeah.
She drops back to a tie for 5th. Henna moving on up back up to 9th place.
So at this point, Paige and Kristin are kind of pulling away from the field a little bit. Not a ton yet,
Just
but
a little.
But I mean, even like 5 strokes separated is a lot on this course.
That's true. Hole 17, you have to shoot off a narrow gap, a little touchy straight sidearm that finishes to the right, just past this big tree is the play. Then you just have to throw it dead straight through an ever narrowing gap, about 220 feet, something like that. If you go full power shot into these little trees, you can get some really crazy kicks. There is OB that comes into play on the left as you approach the green. This is a tricky hole. You can get a backhand there, kind of where those people are walking, but it's definitely the more difficult shot.
Paige coming in a little early. It can be really tricky over there.
I still like that, I think, better than, like, short right.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was out of bounds that early. I knew it was later in the fairway.
I mean, she's in, but that probably sucks over there. Oh, God. Kristin going standstill forehand because she's a boss. So good.
Yeah, getting great ground play. She's dead center, and she can go at the basket for birdie.
Gosh, that was good.
That is rare on this hole.
That was a lucid verdict.
Ella trying to replicate a little early, but sneaks through.
Yeah, not bad. You'd take that every time, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Henna on a knee. I wonder what she's even looking at. Okay. Tries to sneak through the right side.
Yeah. Not a bad recovery shot.
This looks even more uncomfortable, though. And I was going to say, the danger is getting too aggressive here and then getting a bad kick.
There's out of bounds all the way down the left-hand side in the woods, and it comes up, what'd you say, about 30 feet inside the tree line?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you get closer. Ella stretched out here, trying to do a patent pending little spinny shot. And I like that because she, is attacking but also not going full power.
Kristin going for a backhand here. With some speed on it.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you're going to hit a tree, that's the place you want to land.
That's true.
No kicks left or right. Still close to the middle.
Paige going forehand roller. Oh,
I thought she was early right. She's left.
Yeah, I was trying to
Okay.
say she went too straight.
Okay.
She didn't quite get that roller to stand up enough, and she's going to be in a really rough spot. Henna actually has
Bit of a gap.
something.
Throwing her fourth shot.
Not totally nothing.
And she gets on down in the sea of tiny trees.
Yeah.
Where we all contend with Mother Nature.
Huh. That's a surprising shot from Ella, too. I mean, I know she's good at those.
There's so much mulch on the ground, big wood chips and stumps and sticks, that the rollers are a little sketchy here, but where Paige is, looks like that is the only option.
Yeah. The gaps are about as big as
Wow.
a disc. Look at that. That's you can't get a disc horizontal through
Yeah,
there.
she was in jail. Oh,
Yeah, I'd like to see this area a bit more cleaned up
yeah.
to leave a cleaner look.
Lots of tiny trees. And then these two that Kristin are right next to on her left and right are just, they're in the middle.
There you go.
Yeah.
Kristin making that hole look pretty easy there. But, I mean, if her approach shot got a bad kick, she could be doing what these other ladies are doing, which is just kind of managing, panicking, hitting lots of trees. And tough to scramble in here.
This played is the most difficult hole of the day with only 2 birdies. 70% of the field taking a bogey or worse. Wow.
Paige for a par save. Dang. Great effort.
The MPO played the same tee pad and basket. It's the second most difficult hole for them, and there was only 7 birdies. So this hole is rough for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Distance is not a factor.
Ella gives it a good bid there. Paige with a bogey, giving up that stroke back to Kristin.
A very eventful bogey.
Yeah. What a journey. Henna with a double.
Vanessa Van Dyken and Jill Norwick taking birdie 3s.
Fantastic.
Shout out.
Mm-hmm. Shout louder. That's so impressive.
That's insane.
Tied up at the top.
Going into the last hole, this is like, did someone write this? Moving day has been very eventful, as it should be, especially on this very OB-ridden course. 18 is no different. There is an out-of-bounds green right there in the middle that you want to avoid. Most players are going to try to land left, but push some distance because this second shot is so hard. Closer you are, the easier it is because that corner tree can knock you down if you're trying to get too aggressive with angles. The cart path is out of bounds. It's out of bounds all the way down the right-hand side. Everything about this hole is scary. The tee shot is very difficult. The approach is extremely touchy. We had 7 spotters on this hole.
I was going to say that if you didn't say it. I counted them, which maybe says not the best hole to me.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow. Is that a stake?
Lucky. Now who's getting lucky? Yeah, she hit the stake and rolled back in.
Oh my god.
She can't believe it. Paige swinging it out way out wide. And this looks pretty good.
Wow.
Super good. This looks super good.
Yeah, able to carry the green. That is so impressive.
Yeah, it's 295 to the beginning of the green. So a lot of women kind of flirting with it and then landing just left. A lot like this. Getting one skip off of it. It's a great play. Kind of way up there.
I mean, that's probably every bit of 380 to get across that.
I think.
Maybe even more.
You think so? Because it's only 300 to the short side.
It's 440 to the OB.
Okay. Yeah, that seems like math. Then 380, sure.
Go, go, go.
And this is where it starts to get brutal here. Ella having to decide to go for it. Looks like she's lining it up, but so dangerous. This is the tiniest little triangle of inbounds.
This is where a distant sidearm is a huge advantage because the turnover is so sketchy.
That looks fantastic. Wow.
The green is 25 feet wide right there.
Yeah.
Maybe 30 feet wide. Getting a great skip off the... Oh, no, she's way far up there.
Yeah,
Dang,
she's that side circle one.
That was a crush.
It was amazing.
Wow.
Kristin trying to capitalize off that good little bounce off the stake.
And
nice. Gets in the circle.
I feel like the camera doesn't do it justice, but that shot is so hard.
It's so hard.
She just made that look very effortless. It's very touchy. There's that corner tree on the right, or if you flip your disc, the OB comes up so fast.
And it was a bit of a headwind here, too, at least when we came through.
Yeah,
kind of
like
overturning your disc.
Headwind, right to left cross.
God, all right.
Everyone's-
This is what they do. They make it look easy when we say it's so hard.
I have my hands on my hips because I'm frustrated.
I'm impressed.
That is, they're so talented.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Paige throwing a slow disc. What wind? It doesn't
Amazing.
exist.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, this is why they're on lead card.
Yeah, it turns out they're pretty good.
Just check out the scoreboard and see the numbers that some FPO players took on this hole.
Don't do that.
Most people.
Just don't do that.
Well, I just want everyone to understand that most people struggle on that approach, and
Yeah.
everyone just put that inbounds and made it look like cake.
Downright professional.
Yes. You guys are watching brilliance.
Ella and Kristin and unable to make good on the putts. Let's
Which is
see if
such a
Henna
bummer.
can get. Yeah, come on. Dang it.
That's such a bummer because those shots were amazing.
Yeah.
Come on, Paige.
Ooh,
There
to
we go.
get the lead going into the final round.
Paige was one of only 2 birdies. Rebecca Cox getting the other one. This was the second most difficult hole of the day.
Wasn't 17 also? They must have tied.
Oh, yeah, they tied.
Wow. Dang, Henna missing a short
No,
one there.
17 was the most.
Oh, okay. Okay, my bad.
64% of the field taking a bogey or worse. So I don't want to say it's normal, but
Yeah.
bogey doesn't feel like terrible
Yeah.
here.
I mean, Ella able to save bogey with an out of bounds stroke, which is really impressive. And a rough finish there for Henna. Going double bogey. Paige getting a stroke on Kristin in the final hole. Pretty amazing.
On one of the hardest holes of the course.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Ella dropping back to 8th. Henna, I believe, down to 13th.
Which for 7 over, that's not bad. Again, the scoring separation is not enormous here outside of the top 4. Look at them.
Holland Hanley and Missy Gannon going to join us on our final lead card tomorrow, both shooting, let's see, 3 down and 2 down. Katrina Allen with a hot round, 6 down. Vanessa Van Dyken, 4 down. Lots of great scores out there.
Yep, and this is where the little leaderboard slide starts to happen. It's pretty tight in the top 20, only a few strokes separating everybody. And look at, the tie for 19th is like 8 people.
And that's right around the cash line, too. So it's going to be a battle tomorrow all the way around. Can't wait.
Yep. Depending on conditions, I think it's supposed to be calm tomorrow. So again, I think we're going to see some good scores being put up out there. I think we're going to see more birdies even again as we figure out this course that we have never seen before this year. Thanks again for the Founders Club for everything you guys do. Thanks for watching FPO Disc Golf. We appreciate you guys, especially the ones coming out watching live. Super awesome to have y'all out there. See you guys in round 3. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese. Honk.